Hi everyone, my name's Mark Saville. I'm a director of Data2Vault. We're a UK-based managed service provider working in the cloud backup, disaster recovery and data insurance industry. I'm here today with Azhar Hashim, the IT and Business Services Manager for Corporate Risk Associates, to discuss the steps that CRA took when they were looking to replace their previous backup solution. And hopefully Azhar will share with us some of the insights that he gained through that work. So, good afternoon, Azhar.
Good afternoon.
So I wonder if you could please start by telling us a little bit about the backup system that you were running previously.
We were using tape backup that involved a lot of operators making sure that things happen, from running the system, making sure that a tape is inserted in the recording device, packing the tape and sending it off and being collected at the end of the day.
Okay, and what caused you to review the market and look at alternatives to the system for backup that you were using previously?
We were refreshing our IT system, and one of the big items that we were looking at was virtualization. So we were at the same time we were looking at the backup and discovery of our system to make sure that the whole technology that we're using is robust and is fit for purpose. That's when Data2Vault came along and sort of introduced us to the technology in cloud backup.
Great. And what steps did you take to review the marketplace once you had a short list of technology services and products?
The usual things, really. We went out to the market and we looked at different products, different alternatives, compared the features, their ability to do backup and disaster recovery appropriately, and compared prices. We also did risk modeling on the whole process of backup and recovery, and compared that against tape. Yep. And we looked at the loss consequence of what could go wrong when our backup or disaster recovery fails. From that modeling, we used the concept called ALARP, as low as reasonably practicable, to make sure that we are choosing the right technology at the right price, and that we are addressing the important aspect of backup and disaster recovery.
What's your experience since the system's been in? Have you needed to restore data, and if you have, what's been the outcome from that?
Yeah, and as in any other organization, we do recover and restore pafiles, and in the technology that we chosen that Data2Vault provided with us, we've had really very good experience in terms of recovery. I could safely say that nearly all of whatever we tried to restore, we were able to do so.
What does the future hold for you? Has the investment that you've made already in this service, it will hold true going forward, or do you think you need to reassess the market for changes that you envisage?
Yeah, like any other organization, we keep a very close eye with the developments such as cloud computing and such like. And in the cloud computing area, Data2Vault technologies appears to provide backup for a lot of the applications that reside in the cloud. We are also looking at new regulations that are coming into force. One that is very close to coming into force is GDPR. regarding sort of data protection or personal identifiable information. And from what we have done so far in terms of looking at it from a risk assessment point of view, a risk approach to management of the business, Data2Vault technologies appear to satisfy sort of the abilities of to comply with this regulation. Its flexibility is really advantageous for our operation.
Well, thanks very much for that, Zar. That was very useful and insightful. I would just like to say, in conclusion, we've heard from an expert here in applying risk-based decision-making in their IT decisions. What we've heard is that by eliminating as much human intervention in IT backup operations has a big impact on improving recoverability. We see that the old way of doing backup traditionally has been to back up to tape and then rely on a man in a van to take that tape off site. The new way is to offer a disk-based backup with rapid recovery, a secure cloud storage off-site so that you've got a disaster recovery component there, and ultimately underpinned by a data insurance service if you feel that you want to insure the data.